Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Lee. I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict.
Yeah, you are.
And welcome to the 12:30 meeting of Handcuffs Aren't Enough. It's an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. And so this is it's a panel meeting, right? We're all going to share our experience, strength, and hope with you guys. Where we came from, what happened, and what it's like now. And I'm going to open this up and read this little daily devotional to you guys real quick. It says, forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past could have been any different. In the rooms we hear live and let live, or forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. Even universal truths have an exception or two. The deeper recovery gets, the more binary thinking gives way to pluralism. Our internal existential lives are rarely made up of absolutes, of rights and wrongs, so clearly defined in black and white. We have a range of feelings, and it is folly to deny any of them. There is healing power in justice as there is in reconciliation, but we might not be clear or consistent with what we want or how we feel. Obligatory forgiveness as part of the therapeutic process is anything but freeing. Sexual abuse victims, for instance, may feel empowered to be given permission never to forgive. For some of us, certain violations are unforgivable. The appeal of forgiveness is that with it, the victim regains control. I decide if and when you are forgiven, I have the power, not you. We look at each deed from many vantage points, as many as we can. We may feel an act as malicious and intentional. The offender may feel falsely accused or justified. To them, nothing inappropriate occurred and no contract was either entered into or broken. We may resist moving beyond our victimhood, which we may use to define ourselves. Conversely, we may rush to forgiveness as a seemingly noble or mature gesture. We may use what psychologists call casual attribution. Hurt people, hurt people. We don't take the inevitable act personally. Turning the other cheek could be a reflexive, avoidant coping technique. One might hear at a meeting that there are steps to forgiveness. In a criminal proceeding, the pardon doesn't come first. First there is the trial, then there is the sentencing, later comes the pardon. Forgiving myself and others is a complex matter. Will I honor my pain by feeling my pain? Will I look at the deed, the perpetrator, and their circumstances? Is my perpetrator a victim as well? Do I have to forgive to heal? Does the perpetrator have to admit fault to be forgiven? Hey, what's up, guys? Again, my name's Lee Hubbard. I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict.
Yeah, you are.
It's good to see all you guys today. I got sober in August of 21, right in the back of this property in House 9, Bed A. And my sponsor, I was just reading right now, dude, you guys heard it says hurt people, and my sponsor is like corny, right? But that motherfucker told me that shit a lot. He still tells me it to this day, right? That hurt people, hurt people. When I was going through the steps, right, everybody in here got a sponsor. Who doesn't got a sponsor? Okay, one dude, two dudes, cool. I sat down with this dude because he told my story, right? He did not look the way that I looked, but he sounded like he came from where I came from, right? So it's like something had to give. So I went down and sat down with him, asked him if he would sponsor me, right? And as he was taking me through this, going through these pool rules right here on the wall in that order, 1 to 12, you know what I mean? I realized quickly that I was not a victim, right? My sponsor always tells me, and you hear people always talk about like the power of delusion, right? And it's like, well, that's what I'm a victim of delusion, bro, because I tell myself to lie. I lie enough to where it becomes the truth, and then I believe it, right? And the thing about the lie is not the fucking truth, but I am in delusion to where I believe that that which is not true is true. And then I act on that shit, right? And going through my fourth step, right? I was able to find the reality, which is the truth, right? And I was able to find the delusion, which was the lie, right? I got to find my part in these things, right? You trust God, clean house, and you work with others. You know what I mean? That's what they say, bro. And the cleaning house part is where I'm fucking sitting down with another man who comes from where I came from and doesn't look what I look like, right? And is able to jump in his shiny shit and leave every fucking time we meet up, and I gotta stay here so I don't fucking die with a needle or a foil in my face, right? Forgiveness is hard, bro. But what I learned in sitting down and doing the step work, right, is like my sponsor's like, hey man, I want you to write out your top 10 characteristics of what you look for in a good friend. Hey, you guys seen that movie, The Town, with Ben Affleck and old boy, and he's like, hey, we're gonna go, we're gonna fucking hurt some people, and he's like, whose car are we taking, right? Like that's the fucking characteristics of a good friend that I was like thinking to myself and writing down, right? And I'm sitting here thinking to myself that these are the things that my sponsor is gonna be for me, bro, right? And my sponsor laughed, you know what I mean? He's like, no, dude, these are the things that you need to be for you. Right? Because if you can't be these things, you'll never find these things. Because I'm a transmitter, bro. I transmit what I got, and if I don't got it, I get back what I do transmit. Right? I fucking go, I'm out, I'm running and gunning, and I always run into these fucking trash pandas, you know what I mean? Fucking, you know, women with fucking slit wrist and daddy issues. It's because I got slit wrist and fucking mommy issues, you know what I'm saying?
I feel it.
Right? That's a real thing, dude. You know? I enter into a room where there's people that, you know, and I just don't feel okay in that room. You know what I mean? Even though there's nothing inherently wrong with me, dude, it's just the way that I perceive myself to be, and I'm just not okay, right? Forgiving was one of those top 10 characteristics, and I can't go to my wife in which I cheated on, right? Or fucking took the last rent check and fucking went and spent it on meth and heroin, right? I can't go to her and ask her for forgiveness without first forgiving myself, and that takes action, bro. Forgiveness for me is an action word, just like the rest of this program, you know what I mean? Like, hey man, what you did was not cool, but we'll be able to move on from this by not doing this again, right? And as time comes and I continue to practice this action over and over and over and over again, bro, it turns from me hurting people into me healing people, right? As I'm fucking getting better, bro, the people around me, because the way I treat myself is the way that I treat other people, and the way I treat other people is also how I train them to treat me back, right? So if I'm out here fucking hurting people, they're hurting me back. But if I'm out here doing the fucking work that my sponsor laid out before me, hey, this is what we're gonna do, bro. It's okay, get up. There's nothing wrong with you, right? You know, and that was a fucking thinking adjustment for me as well, bro. Like when I first met my sponsor, dude, I was in fucking prison, dog. All right, just stepped down off a 3-yard into a 2-yard. Everybody's going home and shit. You could probably catch the whole fucking yard kid for like fucking 2 bags of coffee, bro. Right? You get the fucking TV, the Walkman, headphones, all that shit. You know what I mean? Tattoos, fucking bag of coffee, right? The sponsor came in and shared his story with me, dude. And it's got a fucking room full of grown men just fucking leaking, dog, right? And I'm sitting here judging all of them, right? But at the very end of it, dude, my sponsor's like, hey, bro, there's nothing wrong with you. Act like it. Wake up, bro. There's nothing wrong with you. Act like it, right? And I'm like sitting here, I'm looking around these fucking grown-ass men that are fucking committed egregious-ass crimes, dude, and they're just fucking crying because of the pain, dude, right? I thought there was something wrong with me, dude, because this dude, he gets to leave. He gets to drive off with all his shiny shit, fucking take off, hey, you know, sign a few fucking autographs, kiss a few babies, take some pictures, and I'm gone, dude. Right? And I'm sitting in here, and I gotta wait, because as soon as this is over, we're on fucking lockdown so that they can do count and shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, there is something wrong with me. Right? I get out of prison in 2018 and I don't stay clean and sober, which is funny because I thought I was going to revoke probation to go to prison so I could stay sober, and picked up a fucking street habit on the yard, right? I thank God for the fucking step down yard for those 60 days, because those are the 60 days that I didn't fucking do any dope, and I got to do the fucking old man workout, you know what I mean? They had some dude out in the fucking basketball court on the south side of the yard fucking doing yoga at 5 o'clock in the morning, bro, right? I give it a try. You know, I get out, I go on a run, bro. You know, hey, I gotta do this, dude. You know what I mean? I let my PO wasn't there when I went to go check in. They're like, yeah, we don't know when he's gonna be back. And like in my mind, I hear, hey, it's okay, go get high, right? This guy's not gonna know that you checked in, right? I go to the Salvation Army, I see my sponsor there again. And the whole time that I'm sharing this shit with you, I don't want to get sober, dog. I don't want to be sober. I don't care about none of that shit, right? I really didn't care about fucking getting sober, dude. I just wanted to fucking make everybody else happy so that I could fucking get away with what I wanted to get away with, right? Anyway, my sponsor told me he wasn't gonna fucking sponsor me when I see him then. Fucking asshole, you know what I mean? I was like, hey bro, will you sponsor me? He's like, nah bro, nah. Hey, you wanna go to meetings? I'll take you to meetings with me, dude, you know what I mean? And I'm grateful for that experience because from then, when I first met my sponsor in the real world to where I'm at right now, this dude has seen the shit that I've fucking gone through. And the coolest shit about it is like, I think it's cool, right? But he's like, hey bro, we don't do that shit over here, right? It's because fucking, I don't know, right? I'm under the delusion. It's a fucking lie and I believe the lie, right? So like I'm in fucking treatment. And I try and fucking rack up with this bitch. It's in a fucking bag. She's a Dusty, they call them, bro. She's a woman that's in treatment trying to save her life from the disease of alcohol and drug addiction, right? And I'm trying to rack her out at the fucking burrito truck around the corner. You know what I mean? Fucking sponsor man found out about it. He wasn't my sponsor man, but he said, hey dude, guess what? You can't go to meetings with me no more. You can't run with us because people that do what you do, I don't hang out with those people. Come on, I'm a fucking okay guy, bro, right? And then I get the realization and the understanding, dude, is that fucking I'm in fear because I'm fucking gonna lose what it is that I got. I'm gonna fucking lose by getting kicked out of this fucking treatment center because the lady that's running it, God bless her soul, dude, good God-fearing woman that she is, right, was gonna kick me the fuck out. Right? I'm believing this lady's about to kick me out. I'm about to fucking lose any kind of establishment with some solid dude that sounds like I sound but doesn't look what I look like coming in here and fucking driving off in his shiny shit. Right? So I said, hey, listen, dude, what do I gotta do, bro? And he said, write in the men's out. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I'm sorry. Right? It's pretty much what it was. I'm sorry I got caught. You know, please make this shit go away. And my sponsor threw that shit away and fucking wrote it out to what he was holding me to, and that's the highest level, bro, right? If you guys don't know what accountability is, right, start hanging around with dudes up here. We'll let you know. Hey, bro, we don't do that shit no more. You know? There's things that we do and there's things that we don't do anymore, dude. We're healed people up here, right? And what we don't do is we don't go and fucking take advantage of people. Anyway, this dude seen me fucking make many fuck-ups along the way, dude. And right now, dude, I was talking with him yesterday because like I was going to the gym, right? And my biggest fucking problem today, dude, is kids. Right? That's good shit for me, dude. You know? That's real good for me, dude. I got a 16-year-old daughter to call me the other night and she was fucking drinking and she's like, hey, I don't want to fucking live with my mom no more. And I was like, just say the word, I'll send you the money, you come out here and stay with us. She's like, but I don't want to stay with you either. All right, well, fuck, I don't know what to do about that shit, dude. Hey, listen, she's like, give me some other advice. And I said, make a fucking decision, quit complaining about it and stand on that shit. Call me when you're not fucking drunk. And I hung up on her. And I got my fucking 13-year-old kid. He's about to be 14. This dude's got fucking problems with saying like, hey, I'm going to go and do this, Dad. And then fucking doesn't do it, right? Thursday night, it's like, hey bro, you don't have school on Fridays, please make sure you keep your fucking shit clean your room up, dude, and take the dog out, right? Come home, or no, Friday morning, I tell him again, he's like, yeah, I got you, Dad, I got you. Right, I come home Friday afternoon, there's fucking dog shit on the floor, a puddle of dog piss in the kitchen, and it lets me, I got fucking pissed, right? To the point where I'm ready to put fucking hands on him and knock his fucking teeth out, bro. And I was telling Jay that shit yesterday, right? Because it's like, you took advantage of the dog, bro. The dog can't fucking go and open the door and walk outside when he's got to go to the bathroom, and you chose to lay in your room all day, watch TV, and play fucking video games and jack off 5 times in the shower because it's fucking the thing to do right now. Right? And those are the biggest problems that I got today, but I got people that are in my life, right? It wasn't like this like 3 years ago, bro. You know? I was having conversations with my sponsor, and it's like, hey, dude, if my wife comes over here and fucking cries one more time, I'm fucking punching the bitch in the throat. Right? Because there's something about when I see people crying, dude, it just does not sit okay with me, and it fucking sends me to the violence and the rage. Right? But again, man, hurt people, right? Getting a sponsor, working the steps, right? It's to sponsor other dudes, bro. That's the shit. That's the juice right there. Is when I sit down in front of another person, right? Like one of you fine gentlemen, right? And I say, hey man, what's going on with you? And you're like, man, my life is fucked up, right? And I get to help you put your shit back together. It fucking lets me know, right, that the program has worked on me, and it continues to work today because for one, my life isn't fucked up like your life is fucked up. Right? I'm not shooting shots, I'm not fucking throwing no jabs, bro, right? Maybe your life's not fucked up, right? But watching the process unfold in front of me, dude, that's a fucking beautiful thing, man. It's got legs, you know? It's got legs, bro. This shit just keeps fucking going, you know? So if you guys don't got a sponsor and you want to talk to somebody, you don't even want to, you just want to just talk to somebody, bro. Take my number down, bro. I'll shoot the shit with you, you know? But other than that, man, I appreciate you guys, and I'll pass.
Thank you.
Jay Dow, drug addict.
Jay Dow.
So the topic's kind of forgiveness and sponsorship. Recovery is a conversation. Recovery is 2 sober drug addicts having a rigorously honest conversation. Recovery is not a ridiculously huge-ass blue book. Recovery is not this meeting that we're in right now. Recovery is not this ghetto-ass drug rehab that you're living in that I graduated from 12 years ago. Recovery is not the steps. Recovery is not my sponsor. Recovery is not my sponsees. Recovery is a conversation. It's a rigorously honest conversation between 2 sober drug addicts. And what happens in recovery is if the disease that I suffer from surfaces in the conversation, my sponsor, my sober friends, or other people in recovery will call the disease out. I suffer from lying to myself. I suffer from delusion. It's one of the very first readings in this ridiculously huge-ass book, The Doctor's Opinion. What he says is, the alcoholic drug addict can't differentiate the true from the false. The alcoholic drug addict is irritable, restless, and discontented unless they can experience the ease and comfort that comes from taking a few drinks, the ease and comfort that comes from taking a few hits, the ease and comfort that comes from blowing out fucking fentanyl smoke, the ease and comfort that comes from snorting meth. Basically, what the Doctor's Opinion says about me, the alcoholic drug addict that I am irritable, restless, and discontent unless I can experience this experience. I'm good, don't need nothing. And so that's what alcohol and drugs did for me before I got into recovery. And so the reason why I've been sober for 12 years, the reason why Lee's getting ready to pick up 3 years of sobriety is for the last 12 years, last 3 years, for the most part, me and him have been stone cold sober in this experience. I'm good, don't need nothing. And so that's what we offer here. We offer what they call ease and comfort without alcohol and drugs, which is a handy fucking trick for me. And so, again, alcohol and drugs was not my problem. Alcohol and drugs was the solution to my problems, because no matter what problem I had on the table, no matter what consequence I had on the table, the threat of going to jail again, or getting kicked out or losing everything, which I did, and losing every fucking good person in my life. There was no fear in the world that could keep me from the experience of, I'm good, don't need nothing. So, me and Lee are in recovery together. Like he said, we talked yesterday. I knew him when I met him on his prison yard years ago. I sponsored him, or I knew him at the Salvation Army. I had sponsees down there. He was running around with us. He asked me to sponsor him. I said no because I knew he was clowning around. But he made amends to the house when he tried to hook up with the chick at the burrito place. I told him, you can't ride to meetings with me no more unless you make an amends to the house for trying to hook up and cheat on your wife. And so he wrote out an amends letter and gave it to me, and I just threw it away and wrote him a new one. And I wasn't his sponsor. He was just going to meetings with us and riding with us. And I was stunned that he got up in front of fucking, I don't know, 100 and how many fucking shitload of people and read the amends letter that I wrote. He read it to the entire fucking Salvation Army. And I don't know, a year or two later when he was living here and he asked me to sponsor him, I said yes because he had read that letter a couple years ago. And his fucking life kicks ass. His life's been kicking ass for going on 3 years. This dude is the director of a drug rehab. And has my wife's phone number. He talks to my wife all the time about his kids. Like, since he got sober, he had 2 kids, but he's got 2 of his other kids back in his life. He's got his son living with him, got his daughter wanting to live with him, been flying his daughter out here, didn't see his daughter fucking 15 years. And now he's been flying her out here a few times and she wants to move out here and live with him. And I don't have kids. I don't give advice on shit I don't know about. But my wife has kids. She had to raise a non-functioning autistic son until he was 16 years old. Like one of my stepsons, they're in their 30s now, but until he was 16 years old, from the minute he was awake until the minute he went to bed, he just screamed bloody murder at the top of his lungs. And there wasn't a fucking thing you could do to make him stop. But my wife, the louder he got, the softer she got. And she came up with games of sword fighting and shit. And that's the thing about punishment with children. If kids don't buy into the punishment, you ain't punishing a kid. And his son is
not buying it.
Yeah, he's not playing, you know. And I just bought his son a guitar yesterday because I said a while back, like I wanted to give him a guitar. And we were on the phone the other day, and he was in the car, and he's like, "Yeah, I'd like to have a guitar." And I was like, "All right, cool." So I went and bought it. So I'm getting him an amp fucking tomorrow, and his kid's acting up like crazy, but he's getting a new fucking guitar and amp because I fucking said I'd give him one. And when I got into guitar at his age, it really kind of reeled me in because I just got obsessed with that. But I also do what I say and say what I do. And so, like, with him talking to my wife, he calls my wife about problems with his kids. My wife's teaching him how to raise 4 fucking kids without beating them.
Shit's hard, bro.
And my wife told him the other day with his teenage son, stop having him do chores. Stop having him fucking do dishes. He doesn't want to clean his room. Stop telling him to do that. And I was even like, what the fuck is she talking about? But after I processed it and we ran it, I was like, yeah, I get it. You know, I didn't want to fucking... Anyway, that's a different topic. And what I'm saying is, like, we're in recovery together. We as a team are working on keeping his kick-ass life kick-ass. The definition of relapse is deterioration after a period of improvement. Deterioration after a period of improvement is relapse. So I've been pissed off at least fucking 6-8 times today. I've relapsed 6 or 8 times today. because I've been pissed off 6 or 8 times a day. But what I haven't done is gotten drunk or high over it. And I've got a fucking kick-ass life. There's 2 messages in recovery. The message number 1 is my sober life kicks fucking ass. And message number 2 is my sober life fucking sucks. That's the only 2 messages you're ever going to hear around here. But the cool, and you guys live here. Like I wasn't, the last time I lived here, I was not walking around going, oh, my life kicks fucking ass. I don't have keys to nothing. Everybody that knows my middle name has cut me out of their life. I don't have a fucking phone, a bank account. I've been homeless for 3 years. I wasn't walking around here going, my life kicks fucking ass. I mean, it's a process. But for the better part of fucking 11 years, my life's kicked fucking ass. And so what we got going on in this program is a shift in perspective. That's all that happens. The only difference between a fucking guy who cannot get sober no matter what and then does, the only thing that happened to me and every fucking guy that ever gets sober, or every woman that gets sober, is we have a shift in perspective. And my perspective is what I think's going on right now. My perspective is what I think's going on all the fucking time. And I only have 2 perspectives. I have perspective number 1, which is reality. Everything's good. Everything's fine. And if everything's not fine, I have the power to bring peace to conflict. I have the power to navigate chaotic situations without doing it in chaos. And so that's reality. That's perspective number 1. Perspective number 2 is this fucking sucks. Fuck this. Fuck you. Fuck this 9-year marriage. Fuck this dog. Fuck him and his fucking problems. That's in here they say resentment is the number 1 offender. It destroys more alcoholics and drug addicts than anything. Resentment is a soft-ass word for hatred. For whatever reason, I default at hate. I default at my character defect that I learned as a child. What I learned as a child is adults hurt me. That's what I learned as a kid. I can't fucking trust nobody. That's what I learned as a kid. And that belief still tries to surface at 12 years of sobriety. And so, I don't know, I'm kind of going in deep water. But there's 2 perspectives. Perspective number 1 is everything's good. Perspective number 2 is everything's bad. And what I know at 12 years of sobriety because of this program and my sponsor and the lineage that I come from is I don't have any problems until I think I have a problem. And so this whole fucking thing about getting sober starts with what am I thinking about? I do what I think about all day long. I become what I think about all day long. And because of this program, it revealed all this shit I wasn't aware of. And I was carrying a belief at 42 years old. I got sober at 42 years old. I was carrying a belief when I lived here the last time that as a grown-ass man, I cannot take care of myself. Watch. That's the belief I was carrying. I knew I was going to go to jail if I got fucking high, and I still got high and went to jail 6 times. But knowing that didn't stop me from fucking getting loaded because of the belief systems I was carrying. And I believed I was not worthy of a good life until I got to recovery and a sponsor who fucking walked me out of the delusion I was suffering from. So with that, I'll pass.
So, my name is Robert. I'm a meth addict.
Robert.
I just started, I got my sobriety on 3/20/24. And it's been a long, hard road, to be honest with you. So I got out of prison like 5 months ago. How many of you been to prison again? Awesome. Right? You guys been to Yuma? Cheyenne? Yeah, sweat it out, right? Your boxers sucks, huh? Trying to get a paper of heroin just so you can scratch yourself and sweat some more, I guess. Right? That's where I was. Yeah, that was my third time in prison for violent crimes, and I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, hey, this is what I do. I go to prison, This is me. Sometimes things get out of hand. The minute police get involved, I go to prison. It's all their fault, right? It's society's fault. It's prison's fault. It's the police's fault. Whatever. Recent events. When I get out of prison, I go home. I live right down here in Canton Central. You guys know that area?
Yeah.
It's nice. It's all a nice area, actually. But so when I get out, my daughter calls me and she cusses me out. I don't even remember what she said because I was high already. And I'm like, whatever, I'll call you up later. Boom, hang up. I'm on probation. Of course, all three of my exes, I called them up, begging me them to come back to me. Like I wasn't cheating on them, All three of them, like I'm not cheating on any of them. Of course, they all dumped me. They dumped me a long time ago. Like that was all a toxic relationship, anyways. I met them all. Well, I was high. One of them worked in CBI. She just got out of prison. It just wasn't. It wasn't in the cars at the time. I was a knucklehead. Today I'm not as big of a knucklehead as I was. I have a month sober, which is big for me. I don't know, is this a 28-day program?
45.
45, all right, badass, man. Do you guys go to IOP all day? And that's IOP and then H&I meetings? So when I was at Maverick, by the time I got to Maverick, after arguing with my PO, my family, my kids, my exes, to be honest with you, while I was in prison, I couldn't look in the mirror at myself like I hated myself, right? I never look in the mirror. I'd go out and work out, how you work out and you're like, yeah, I gotta stop. You look in the mirror, you're like, oh, I'm so big, and then, when I get out and get so much, yeah, I couldn't even do that. I couldn't look in the mirror. I hated myself. Like I just got to the point where I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so I went to Unhooked first, out in Mesa, and I started listening to H&Is, and they started saying, you got to change everything about yourself. Just suggestions they made just clicked in my head. They're like, how many of you guys are sick of going to prison? How many of you guys are sick of losing loved ones, your kids getting upset, and so I started listening, and I was thinking, well, when I get out, I'm still gonna drink, I'm still gonna dabble, I'm still gonna pay my checks, I'm gonna throw in some meetings stuff, but I get on Hook. A lot of people called me from Hook that were on Hook with me. Went to, with the Blade, everybody knows the Blade, right? Gets high, relapses, not doing so well, going back to prison. Me, skated by, I got to go to Maverick House. When I went to Maverick House, I took it very seriously. Like, as soon as that 5 days went by that I slept and argued with staff, almost got in fist fights with everybody, then I started calming down, started to come together. I'm like, screw it, man. I'm 45 years old. So, 45 years old, I haven't been employed in a while. I've just been racking up my felonies. Prison's played out right now, to be honest with you. It's lame as hell in there. And so I started just listening to these guys come in for H&I, these two, and then, my sponsor. And lately, I've just been believing, they're right, recovery is where it's at. To be honest with you, I'm pretty happy today. I talk to my daughter every day for an hour, I go to, when I first got out of treatment, I went to 4 meetings that day. Usually I think meetings are corny. This time I went to meetings and I listened to each and every person intently. What I changed about myself was I decided that it's time, man. I have a drug problem, you know. I'm a fucking addict. I'm a knucklehead. Like I like to do messed up things, you know. And when I'm high, I'm pretty much worthless. And today, like, I can look in the mirror and I like myself, you know. I go to meetings and I meet people in recovery and they smile at me and they're like happy to see me. And they're like, hey, they invite me places. And I like that, man. Don't get me wrong. I like going to the Blade too, getting high, and you know, the hoes over there inviting me places too. I just don't like the outcome of guns being put in my face and getting jumped, you know, or I'm jumping somebody. Or, you know how it goes, man. You know, as the world turns. And so when I'm in recovery right now, I do have a sponsor. Last night he went and picked up his eight-year chip, dog tag. I picked up my 1 month chip. I got a big argument with my PO. He's like, what will it take to get you, a year clean? I was like, I'm never getting clean. You can throw me back in prison. I really don't give a shit. I went 3 times. What's the 4th time? You know? But now it's like I can see myself on a day-to-day basis. I take one day at a time because that's what's suggested to me. I'm going to start the first step. I got to read the doctor's opinion in the big book. And what can it hurt really to change your life and get off the streets, right? And get out of just incarceration and the nightmare of the pain that we cause our families and our kids and everything else, man. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm so, like, I get heartbroken when my daughter cries to me and I'm loaded. And she's crying to me about her life and I'm like, man, I'm loaded right now. But I'm listening to her, but I'm like, man, I could be so much better if I was sober, you know what I mean? And sober. And today, man, like, my daughter's coming home to me soon. She's gonna move out here with my granddaughter. And I talked to my son. And everybody in here can have what they want to have. You can have the great job, your kids back. If you want your old lady back, hey, you can get that too. Chances are you guys are gonna like each other if you were using on the streets. Who knows? I could be wrong though. I've seen it happen, like where it's worked out. What I'm saying is, if you just ask God or your higher power, whatever that is, and just remember when you get out of here after the 45 days, give recovery a try, because that's what I've done recently. And to be honest with you, I'm much happier than the people I just saw at the Goodwill over on Indian School and 16th Street, loaded like at a bus stop. They don't look too well. I feel bad for them, man. Like, and if everybody in here were to get clean, or even 3 or 4 of you, and then help the newcomer, we could reverse what's going on out there. Because for you youngsters, you think it's all game, man. Like, and I'm not being disrespectful, so don't take the wrong way. But prison is not a game. When you get locked in, it's not a game anymore. It's a game with your life. This fentanyl is not a game anymore. It's killing people. Nobody's making money off of it anyway. Like crack, I can understand everybody's making money off it back in the day, in the 80s, whatever. Maybe, I don't know. But this whole new genre of just what's coming out right now, it's garbage trash, man. And what I advise against is any more brain damage. I got a lot of brain damage from it. I don't know if you guys have that too. Like, you feel like you got brain damage, you feel anxiety, like, and that's what drugs give you, man. Just it's toxic. And it's toxic all the way around. So what I'm telling you is, like, there's hope. And if you give it a try, so I hope that everyone here just makes it, man. And if you meet me in the rooms, in the recovery rooms and you need something, I'll be glad to help you out in any way, shape, or form. Because we're all the same in here. We're all after something better. We don't want to go back to that shit. I doubt anybody here wants to go back to that garbage, you know? Without us.